was never present in high school. I either didn't go, I was late, or I ditched classes. High school was just a place that I showed up to where I always felt behind and had no real idea what was going on. The only thing I remember clearly about high school was that I was curious about art. I took my first art class in high school, and in this class, I was still behind and not the best. But something about it felt right to me. I just thought it was interesting and something that I admired, and the thought of getting better, that was really exciting. So I managed to graduate high school, but like in a D for diploma kind of way. And now I enter community college. Around the first year of community college, two things happen. One, I sign up for an intro to art class. Two, I go through some traumatic family drama where I shut down emotionally and experience depression for the first time. Following that depression, I fail all of my classes except for one, the intro to art class. Thankfully, I was able to keep showing up to that one class. After that semester, I dove even deeper into art, but still wasn't totally committed to believing I had the skill to make it my entire life. But then I had a conversation with my art instructor, and he had asked me what my goals are. What my goals are? I don't know. I actually said, I'm not sure. Maybe communications, maybe art. Maybe art. He responded, I think you should lean in all the way with art. All right, I took that as the permission that I felt like I needed to lean in all the way with art, so I made being an art student my whole personality. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was determined to get better. But there was still a giant problem. The elephant in the room. That would be my toxic relationship with my emotions and the education system. Do I even know how to learn? How am I going to focus? Do I even have the emotional stability to stay on track in school? I had all this passion, but no real discipline or self-understanding of how to make it work. The following semester would be the same pattern of barely making it to school, filled with procrastination, all-nighters, and barely getting the projects done. And I still had no idea how I was going to make a career out of it.
Maybe I'll be an illustrator. Maybe I'll be a visual development artist, painter, animator. Okay, what about graphic design? Eventually, I get focused enough to transfer over to Cal State Fullerton.
Cal State Fullerton is where I take my first figure drawing for animation class. Now that class was the foundation of everything my style is today. It was the most entertaining class for me. Models would show up in costumes. My mind loved the time sessions. It allowed me to focus in short bursts. I was in love and obviously obsessed. So I sign up for an intro to animation class. Maybe this is my answer. Maybe I'm an animator. Oh my God. Am I going to animate the next Disney princess? Not exactly. Let's not forget the shallow pool of self-discipline, lack of academic confidence, and mood swings. Asking me to have the patience to do something like a bouncing ball, flying feather, pendulum swing was torture. So I stopped attending the animation class, along with failing all of my other classes. I didn't make it past about 1 year before I disqualified for financial aid. And paying out of pocket or going into debt was not an option, especially when I know that I'm an absent student who can barely show up to class. So it's time to regroup. The drawing club was a costume drawing workshop where you paid $20 for 3 hours with a costume model. It was held every Thursday. There was no grade, no homework, and no one caring if I showed up or not. It was perfect. I grew so much by challenging myself and setting my own goals to practice the thing that I love most, gesture drawing. I would have a week of full focus and amazing growth, and the next week I was able to focus on other things like going outdoors and working out. I didn't have to worry about missing homework or attending some random class that I was assigned to graduate. The CTN Gallery and the Art Supply Warehouse store offered similar figure sessions. I filled my week with these classes and spent hours drawing from life. I'm so thankful for the time I spent going to these classes. I really enjoyed not having to worry about falling behind in class or feeling overwhelmed by being on a school schedule. I did this for a few months and I was having fun, but I still felt behind in my art journey. I was having thoughts like, how am I going to make art for a living? I need to be better. I need to be more well-rounded. At this point, I knew I wanted to work in animation. I started finding more independent style learning schools like the Concept Design Academy, Brainstorm, Schoolism. You don't have to sign up for a semester style academia thing. You can just take 1 or 2 classes and focus your full attention on it, which I know works perfect for me. During this time, I surrounded myself with a lot of amazing instructors and students, and I started drawing things more like vehicles, mechs, backgrounds, doing things that leaned more towards what a studio would like. And sure, I was improving and drawing things I wouldn't normally draw, but honestly, at this point, I was so lost. I really wanted to have an art career and land a job at a large animation studio and live happily ever after, but all I was getting was rejection letters. Overall, this time in my life was consumed with not feeling good enough. I was failing not only in chasing an art career, but in life. I failed in other aspects of my life. I was in a failing relationship. I felt empty as a person and couldn't move past the feeling of art guilt. I wouldn't allow myself to live unless I was somehow improving in my art. And if I wasn't doing that, I was paralyzed. Internally, I was screaming at myself, fill your life with meaningful memories. Stop drawing. Go live your life. It started to feel like art was just a bad habit. Eventually, I couldn't pick up a pencil without feeling intense pain shoot up my entire arm. So, I gave up and basically ran away from my artist identity. Time went on and I picked up new passions and hobbies. It was really refreshing to be around new people, places, and perspectives, and I really needed that time to find my identity outside of a sketchbook. I also found myself in a place where I felt better emotionally and physically. All of that pressure I put on myself just started fading away. I became more confident on just being a human being. And that was amazing growth for me at the time, but I still felt like I was neglecting this dormant part of myself. Can I really disappear from being an artist forever? Is it possible for me to approach this in a healthier way? Should I download TikTok? Eventually I caved and downloaded it. And in the app I started seeing a bunch of video art content. And I thought, that's interesting. Let's give it a try. On my free time from work, I started uploading time-lapse gesture drawing videos. I wasn't sure where it was going to go, but then they actually started to pick up really quickly, which was super inspiring. It was amazing to get such a positive response to the content I was putting out. And I was able to reach so many people who share the same love for gesture drawing. With this new confidence, I decided to refocus my attention to Instagram. And this is where I start focusing on movement studies. I have been challenging myself so much by doing these, and I'm so happy that people are enjoying them because I love making them. Some people might be inspired by animals, vehicles, landscapes, but for me, it's going to be that energy you feel radiating off of a performer. It motivates me to get through the stack of drawings that I know it's going to take to bring it to life. It feels like the same feeling I would get drawing from life. It's just you, the model, and my only job is to try and capture their energy. I still have a long way to go, but I'm just filled with this overwhelming feeling like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I feel in full alignment with my art, and now I understand how to learn and how to teach myself. And that is an amazing feeling. If you're feeling lost in your chaotic art journey, my advice would be to listen to the part of your heart that feels most natural to you. I promise you will find patterns in the things that catch your attention. Your soul is sending you signals. It took me a minute, but I just started listening. And if you have made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you so much. You're amazing, and I hope you have a beautiful day.
We're done.